Hello, I'm Lara Kulcherson and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. Since AI chatbots entered our lives, we've been using them for just about everything. From writing emails to planning travel, from making shopping lists to helping with homework. But some users saw an opportunity beyond convenience. An increasing number of people are using chatbots to write entire books and then selling them online.
These books on Amazon are selling like crazy and making thousands of dollars. Just look at this one with over 10,000 reviews and sales. They are using AI to make these books.
Here is exactly how AI created a children's book. Ask ChatGPT to write you a rhyming story or a children's story.
Person made almost $30,000 last month selling coloring books on KDP.
Now, Amazon's marketplace has been flooded with works produced by artificial intelligence, as they're easy and cheap to publish. But many of these titles contain misleading or even dangerous information, such as questionable travel guides and even foraging books that could put readers' health at risk. There are also self-help books written by AI, which are marketed towards people with disorders or mental health issues.
A new analysis by The Guardian newspaper and Originality.ai has flagged 8 ADHD self-help books on Amazon's website as likely AI-generated. Originality.ai is an online tool which detects chatbot-written content. It said all 8 scored 100% on its AI detection tool. Generative AI systems like ChatGPT have been trained on many medical textbooks and articles, but they've also learnt pseudoscience, conspiracy theories, and fiction. That leads some AI systems to give dangerous advice, for example on ingesting toxic substances, mixing together dangerous chemicals, and even ignoring health guidelines.
Experts say online marketplaces are a wild west owing to the lack of regulation around AI-produced work, and dangerous misinformation is being spread. Amazon's business model supports this type of practice, as it makes money every time people buy a book, whether the work is trustworthy or not, while the generative AI companies that created the products are not held accountable. At present, there is no legislation that requires AI-authored books to be labeled as such. Copyright law only applies if a specific author's content has been reproduced.
AI is trained on data, and it scrapes this data from the web, various different sources, and when it reproduces information to you, it is drawing from its training data. So there is a very real risk that whatever content that it does give you, whatever writing it gives you, if that's a scene, if that's a whole book, there's a very real possibility that it has taken that information from elsewhere, which means you could potentially be in legal trouble. Something to be extremely mindful of is what you're putting into the AI, because it's not a one-way street. Oftentimes when you're putting in information into ChatGPT, other large language models, the information that you're giving it is also being used to train the model itself, which means you give it the information, and in the future, that very same information could very well be used as output for another person.
AI chatbots are now a part of daily life for many people, including teens. But a new report warns that popular AI companion apps may pose a serious risk to younger users. The nonprofit group Common Sense Media, alongside researchers from Stanford University, studied 3 popular AI chat apps: Character AI, Replica, and Nomi. While these apps facilitate lifelike conversations with digital characters, they often lack essential safety measures to protect users. Experts say the apps are built to form emotional bonds and dependency. This may make it harder for teens to maintain healthy boundaries between real and virtual relationships. They recommend that kids and teens avoid these apps entirely and urge tech companies to act now to protect younger users before long-term damage is done. As we talk about protecting young people from today's digital dangers, New Zealand is taking action. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon has introduced a bill to ban teens from using social media. The draft law would force social media companies to verify that users are at least 16 years old before allowing them to create an account. It's designed to protect them from issues like cyberbullying and exposure to violent content. The proposal follows Australia's lead as both countries push for stronger rules to keep young users safe online. Meanwhile, 2,000 workers whose sole job was to keep Meta's social media platform safe have been sacked. Meta cut ties with a Canadian-based company operating in Barcelona that employed the workers to oversee posts in several languages. Mark Zuckerberg's company has come under fire in several parts of the world for the conditions moderators work under and for cutting back the number of moderators Meta employs. In previous years, Facebook and Instagram's parent company had invested billions of dollars to police sensitive content, but has since scaled back since Donald Trump took office in January.
Meta says it's shifting moderation to other locations, though it's not clear where or how many jobs will replace the ones lost. This comes just months after Meta scrapped its US fact-checking program and pulled back on proactively scanning for hate speech. Instead, they now mostly respond only when users report posts, raising questions about how seriously Meta is taking safety and misinformation. Also to state, Meta recently purged around 3,600 employees nearly a couple months ago. Telus says it's supporting workers and negotiating severance, but the bigger story? Meta's quietly pulling back on moderation efforts, and no one knows what that means for the future of online safety.
OpenAI has dialed back its plans announced late last year to become a for-profit company. This means that ChatGPT's parent company will remain in control of its non-profit board. The shift comes amid public pressure and scrutiny that OpenAI is veering away from its founding principle, which is to create technology that would benefit humanity.
This decision follows pressure from civic leaders and former employees and discussions with the Attorneys General of California and Delaware. The nonprofit board will remain the sole governing body, appointing directors for the PBC board. Initially, the same people will serve on both boards. This move addresses concerns that a for-profit model might compromise OpenAI's mission to ensure AGI benefits all of humanity. CEO Sam Altman reaffirmed this mission, emphasizing the need for substantial financial resources to make their services widely accessible. OpenAI's new structure aims to balance profit and purpose, with investors converting their stakes into equity. Interestingly, this comes amidst a legal battle with co-founder Elon Musk, who opposes the for-profit shift.
Last month, the new season of the dystopian sci-fi series Black Mirror was released on Netflix to critical acclaim. While most viewers enjoyed Season 7, a few social media posts went viral wondering what a show with an optimistic view on tech would look like. A new initiative is aiming to do just that. Google has recently launched a new movie and TV show initiative called 100 Zeros. While they may include Google products like Android devices, the main aim isn't just product placement. Instead, the tech giant is partnering with indie studios to create stories that paint technology in a positive light, with Gen Z as the target audience. Blackpink star Lisa Manabal's ensemble for the Met Gala has had tongues wagging, daring or disrespectful. The internet was set ablaze by the K-pop star's choice of a provocative lace bodysuit with what appeared to be an embroidered collage of African-American women, which many thought included the image of civil rights activist Rosa Parks. Often referred to as the mother of the civil rights movement in the US, Rosa was the young student activist who refused to move from her seat on a racially segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Lisa's outfit was designed by Louis Vuitton to fit this year's Met team, superfine, tailoring black style. In a statement, the label said the lace included portraits of figures who have been a part of the artist's life. This comes just weeks after video surfaced of Lisa rapping along to a song where she appears to use the N-word.
Now, I'm not saying that the people who decided to put the image of Rosa Parks at crotch level are doing this on purpose. Because the world is filled with stupid people. And we know that fashion multinationals might have black heads and be still systemically racist. I can bet you that the only people who are going to come out hurt from this are going to be the black people who are going to see themselves slighted yet again.
Lisa, with your boyfriend being the head of, LVMH, you'd think you'd have access to better outfit choices, you know?
And the reason people think it's Rosa Parks is because on panties, it looks like Malcolm X. Now, keep in mind, just a month ago, I know y'all saw those videos. So it's just like, it really is always something.
Multiple magazines have contacted Louis Vuitton to find out the tea, and they confirmed that the faces are actually friends, families, acquaintances of the artist and retailer who designed the faces on this outfit. And that's typical in the type of portraits he creates, which often foregrounds Black individuals in intimate and community settings. And the face that people are thinking it's Rosa, it's actually his neighbor. But even still, does that still make it correct? I mean, I feel like I'm still not sold. I'm still not like, okay, fine. No, the placement is off though. Like, Pharrell, what are we doing? Pharrell, creative director of Louis Vuitton, what are we doing? Can you explain? Like, I get it, fashion is fashion, but to have faces again of still people you care about, Black faces in the crotch area?
Shifting gears now, Lego has outdone themselves. With a reputation of being able to build just about anything, it stunned Formula One lovers with life-size replicas of Formula One racing cars. The cars hit the circuit on Sunday before the Miami Grand Prix with some of the fastest names in the business behind the wheels. Grinning like kids, they were living every child's dream, bumping cars as they tried to outmaneuver each other and hitting a top speed of 20 kilometers an hour. Of course, it's no surprise that the track was littered with a trail of bricks. I don't envy the cleanup crew.
Believe it at first that this actually can go forward and be driven. Also with a slick tire on the wet, it's going to be fun.
It feels fast, to be honest. Oh, look at this. We've got upgrades already. This feels better than the real thing.
You're a bit of a Lego Foundlander, aren't you?
Yeah, I built this earlier in the week, so I'm pretty proud of my effort.
That was the most fun driver's parade we've ever had. Some dirty driving from this one here.
No, they're still in the wall.
Yeah.
The dirty boys are still in the wall.
It was great fun.
Fun and frivolousness aside, creating the cars was not an easy build. One car took more than 400,000 bricks and weighed around 1,000 kilograms, all held together by construction glue and set on a steel frame chassis. And like the real racing car, it had to carry 2 people. And of course, what's a sports car without a power steering system and hydraulic brakes? The 10 cars, one for every team on the Miami Grand Prix grid, were built by 26 designers, engineers, and professional Lego builders. That sure is something. Another silly trend is taking over social media, this time sparked by a lyric from Nicki Minaj's infamous 2018 song Chun-Li. Inspired by her chopstick reference, users started holding their phones with, you guessed it, chopsticks. Now, people are getting creative, using everyday items from their own cultures to join in. Basically, anything but your hands is a fair game to hold or balance a phone on. It's bizarre, it's funny, and yes, it's peak internet. And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.